Hello everyone! Thank you very much for coming back to watch another video. Today my topic is the power of emojis. Yes, the emojis, those funny smiley faces which we are using in our texting every day. So I want to tell you about why the emojis are very powerful, why they are very important, and why we should always use them. From the beginning of the mankind, we've been always communicating with different ways. We started with the smokes, right? And then we were using birds or delivering messages from kingdoms to kingdoms. And then it was letters, the telephones, emails, and all these things. But now we are using in a very advanced level of communicating. We have WhatsApp, we have Telegram, we have Skype, we can even turn a webcam. You can talk with the person from the other side of the planet face to face. So this is one of the coolest things to be part of the 21st century. And actually, texting is a bit different than just calling the person on the phone. Because on the phone, you can actually hear the person. But in texting, you don't have anything to see. You can just read it. The advantage of the phone, you can feel her current mood. If she's sad, or if she's excited to talk to you, or if she's angry or happy, you can at least hear it wherever you are in the world. So why do you think people are preferring to texting much more than comparing and calling the person? It's easy because we are not available of talking 24/7. The texting is actually allowing you to communicate anytime because nobody has to see your face, nobody has to hear you. All that you have to do just writing it and they will be just seeing. That's it. And one of the advantages of chatting with someone is that you have more time to think about for the response. You can take it more easy. But on the phone, you have to give the answer in advance, like right away. But on texting, you don't have this problem. It's one of the advantages of texting comparing to talking with someone on the phone. But one of the disadvantages of texting, it takes much more time to express yourself. Once they don't hear our voice, once they don't see us, they might more tend to misunderstand you in your text messages. So that's why using an emoji is very important. Because you might be happy when you're chatting with someone. You might be excited when you're chatting with someone. But the person who's having a bad day might not be thinking the same thing like you. And if you don't use the emoji, he or she might be able to understand it the way of his or her mood. So it depends on the person's moods, the way he or she wants to understand you. So what to do? It's simple. Use the power of emoji. I think the emojis are the spirit of chatting. Those tens of different emojis can actually express your feelings, express your mood to that person. This would help the conversation. And this will also avoid the misunderstandings in the text. Because the chatting language has a lot of misunderstandings and you don't want to have a problem with someone during your discussion because chatting is a chatting. Nobody can see you, nobody can hear you, right? So in this case, the emojis are taking care of the control. I don't understand the ones who are not using the emoji. Those people are never using emojis. And they are actually, you feel like that you're actually chatting with a robot or you're chatting with a psychopath, which has no emotions. I personally use emojis no matter what mood I am in. If I am happy, I am finding the right happy face emojis. If I am a bit excited of something, there are a lot of emojis are available just to express your feelings. But I would recommend you try to use the positive emojis as much as you can because especially if you're the male audience and if you're getting to know a lady while chatting, I highly recommend you to use the power of emoji. And I would recommend you to use the smiley emojis like 1 or 2 times in your text. And I'm quite positive you will get the positive results from the girl. Because girls are finding it cute, girls are finding it funny, girls like to be energized. Emojis will definitely help you. Many of the discussions, many of the disagreements, many of the fights are the reason of texting language. That's why I personally don't recommend you to having a discussion on the text language, because it might make everything even worse. Once this person cannot hear your voice and cannot see your face, and once you have some negative way of communicating, and that would lead a much worse scenario. So my recommendation, whenever it comes about discussion, just call the person. Make sure that person hears your voice and would never misunderstand anything wrong in a different way. Unlike texting. Texting is, as I said from the beginning of the conversation, that it might depend on the mood of the person in the other side. People might more likely to break your heart during chatting. I think most of the conversations have ended up to a discussion because of the lack of emojis. If the person would have used the power of emojis from the beginning of the conversation, probably maybe it wouldn't have ended up to a discussion. Whenever I need or if I want something, I would prefer to call the person on the phone. On the phone, he or she is more likely to deny you. But when it comes about texting, if you want something from that person, and if you text, you're more likely to get the answer no. But if you talk the phone, you actually give the other person that you have the self-confidence. And once you have the self-confidence, he or she is more tend to respect you and give you a positive response. Calling the person will definitely give you a higher chance to get the answer yes. And if that person is unavailable to talk to you on the phone, guess what? Use the power of emojis. Find the right emoji to your sentence and increase the chance of a positive outcome. Yes guys, that was the topic of today, and I hope you find the video useful, and I hope you enjoy the video. And thank you for watching the video, and if you have any further questions and if you have some other opinions, please feel free to share under the video. And until the next video, see you guys. Take care.